Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the May 17th, 2024 edition of CP Sports. As always, I'm your host, Chris, and Pat is back in the studio to join us on this beautiful Friday.
How y'all doing on this Friday?
But wait, there's more. We've got Mike in the house as we get the band back together. We are nearing the finals in both the NHL and NBA.
It's looking good. What up, guys? Happy Friday.
Bruh. We can't do that on YouTube. What was that from? Was that Mike?
I have no idea.
What happened?
Some music played.
Dude, my shit lagging as a bit.
Okay. Anyway, like I said, we are nearing the NBA and NHL Finals.
Yeah, we're here. The Celtics punched their ticket to the Eastern Conference Finals for the third consecutive time. The Cavs season ended in Game 5 as Jason Tatum hit 25 points with 10 rebounds, leading the Boston Celtics to victory, 113 to 98. Al Halford tacked on 22 points, knocking down 6 of Boston's 19 threes, also adding 15 rebounds and 6 assists. Harford became the third player at 37 years old to recover a 20-point, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists playoff game in NBA history behind LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Celtics now await their opponent as they sit to watch the Knicks and Pacers to see who's next.
And after Tuesday's impromptu podcast, the New York Knicks took Game 5 just like I thought they would. Jalen Brunson had a phenomenal game, sinking 44 points, reaching 40 for the fifth time this postseason as the Knicks rebound from their Game 4 blowout, answering back with one of their own in their 121-91 victory over the Pacers. Leading their series 3-2, the Knicks look to reach the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. Will the New York Knicks end that drought tonight?
No one likes the Knicks, dude. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? It's Stephen A. Smith. Just because he likes them, that means I don't like the Knicks anymore. I'm going for the Pacers, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for them to overcome that atmosphere. It looks like Brunson's back in the game. Looks like Josh Hart's playing more defense, have more energy. Halliburton disappears on the road. So if you take all that into consideration, it's probably gonna be a wrap tonight, unless Halliburton somehow, plays like he plays at home. I don't see it happening. So it'll probably be Knicks and Celtics moving forward on that one.
I'm thinking Knicks and Celtics as well, but I think that the Pacers might take this one. I know they're in Knicks territory tonight, I believe. And but I think the Pacers are gonna end up taking it to Game 7, and the Knicks will end up advancing, but they'll have to beat them in Game 7.
When was the last time we saw the Knicks in contention for the playoffs like this?
When they lost to the Spurs in '99.
Yeah, Spurs.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Go. Whoever beats the Celtics, I'm going for them.
The Celtics, I'm going.
That's it.
So New York takes on the Pacers in Indiana tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central. If the Pacers do go over in tonight's game, they will head back to Madison Square Garden.
And if you didn't see it, you heard it here first. The Timberwolves decimated the Nuggets last night, leading by 16 at the end of the first, 19 going into the half. Closing the third with 25-point lead and ultimately winning by 45. Anthony Edwards scored 27 as Minnesota pulled off a flawless 115-70 game victory over Denver. Jaden McDaniels hit 21 and Mike Conley returned from injury and added 13 points to help the Wolves get over their mid-series slump.
I really want the Timberwolves to win, but it's going to be hard, especially when on the road. It's Jokic time one more time, probably. Especially if
Jokic time one more time.
Yeah, it's probably going to be something where it's the refs are going to be on the favor of the Nuggets, but then they're not, but then they are. You see how well the Timberwolves play when the refs are not calling every single foul. More physical, more dominant, more energy on the Timberwolves side. But if the refs are just going to be in the way, then Nuggets probably got this game. I don't see Timberwolves winning unless their defense doesn't get them into foul trouble and they create those turnovers that they need. And of course they got to be offensively on. If they miss shots, they ain't gonna win. So
yeah, which they weren't very good offensively in this one.
For real, yeah.
Did you know that actually no defending champ has ever lost by more than 36 in the playoffs until this atrocity that we saw here or last night.
Debacle.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I was loving it.
It was crazy. I did end up tuning out after a while because I like more close games, but this has been a roller coaster of a ride in this series, and everything has been real close. I believe in just the semifinals in general. A lot of these matchups are really close where you're really getting a really exciting time in the NBA. You know, like you said, they need to get those rebounds. They need to get on it on defense. You know, they were out rebounded 62-43. Jokic was held to a quiet 22 points as Rudy Gobert, Cat, and Naz Reid, you know, kind of held him there and made a combined 38 rebounds. So they just dominated. There's nothing really much to say about this matchup. It was atrocious.
Definitely. I mean, whoever is going to be able to exert their will on Game 7 will probably win that game. I got the Timberwolves. It's going to be a close one, but I got them winning it. I bet the house. Go bet the house on that.
I don't know if you should take advice from this guy. He makes bad choices.
Hey. Oh yeah, well, you know what? The winner of the Nuggets Timberwolves, they'd be facing the Mavericks and Thunder next. And I called that the Mavericks.
That one's been an amazing series too.
I said the Mavericks are going to win that whole thing. They're going to win the whole thing, and they're about to beat the number 1 seed. And you just can't stop Luka. And the thing is, a lot of players, the role players on the Mavericks now, they are becoming better than role players. They're becoming actual, you know, scorers that people can rely on. They don't have roles no more. They become a third option. They become a second option. Kyrie Irving's not going good. Oh, hey, go to PJ Washington or stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to always remember that the Thunder's a young team. They don't have that much experience into whatever's going on right now. I guess this stagnant offense that they're facing, or their defense. Holmgren's not showing up. Giddey's not. He got benched. He's not starting no more. SGA is just not getting the help that he needs in order to prevail against Dallas. Dallas looks like they're becoming one step ahead when it comes to being a part of these games or getting these wins. They just got to keep the foot on the pedal and just get to the Western Conference Finals that way. And the way they're playing, I don't see them losing tomorrow. It might be a close game, but as long as they execute, Luka's going to be dominant once more. He did a triple-double last game. Gilgeous Alexander is going to put up a fight, but if his team doesn't come and help him out, it's over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Luka's going to have a great game. You know, he's averaging the league with 14.6 threes a game. He's also, Dallas is leading the league with 14.63 threes per game, but Luka leads the team averaging 4.1 threes a game. Kyrie Irving, you know, is shooting 49.7%, averaging 25.6 points. The Mavericks are looking great. They're really about the same matchup to the Thunder, which is crazy. It's been a great series, and would love to see this continue. Unfortunately, I think the Mavericks are going to take it. The Thunder and the Mavs it's pretty crazy if you look at their stats how evenly matched they are, and it shows on these games.
Yeah, Thunder average, like Chris said, 107.6 points a game, 44.2 rebounds, 24.4 assists, 7.4 steals, 6.3 in blocks per game, while shooting 46.8% from the field. And then their opponents have the advantage, 96.3 points. The stats are crazy.
Yeah, and the same goes for the Mavericks. They're about the same, just about a point off in averaging points per game. They're averaging 43.7 rebounds, 23.6 assists, with 6.5 steals and 6.3 blocks per game, while shooting 46.1 from the field. And their opponents averaged only 101 points per game. So it's been, like I said, extremely even. It's a great series, and I'm excited to see where we're going moving forward, especially with how exciting basketball is becoming.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So next, speaking of Dallas, the Stars couldn't put Colorado away in Game 5. We're going into NHL now. Of course, Avalanche defenseman Cale Makar smacked in 2 goals. His second was an unassisted goal after Middlestat go ahead and score into the third to beat the top seed Stars 5-3, snapping their third game losing streak and extending their series.
It was a beautifully played game by Makar, getting his 100th career playoff point with that power play 50-foot wrist shot through the bunch of bodies to tie it in the second. Colorado tied the game twice on power plays after the 0-8 they had in their last 3. Great awareness by Middlestat on the knocking the goal in the go ahead to give Colorado the lead in the first time of that series, because as many may know, they did win the first game, but they won it in overtime. So this was the first time they ever did lead. It looks like there is some life in the Avalanche. Unfortunately, I think the last of it gets squeezed out tonight at 9 p.m. Central as they head home against the Dallas team that's 4-1 on the road this postseason. The winner of the series will go on to face the winner of Vancouver and Edmonton, who had another close game last night. Evander Kane hit the first goal to kick it off for the Oilers just 4 minutes in. Carson Soucy made an unassisted wrist shot with 3 minutes left in the first, but Janmark made a slap shot to take back the lead. Philip Giuseppe got a steal for the in Oiler territory and put the cherry on top with a 360 backhand through the legs of Calvin Pickard. Excuse me. Every time I see that, I want to say Picard, like Star Trek. But he went on to tie the game. The Oilers turn it over with just 40 seconds left, and the Canucks capitalized as Elias Lindholm's shot bounced off the skate of Elias Peterson. Bam, off the post, and boom, JT Miller knocks in the game-winning goal, defeating the Oilers 3-2. Vancouver takes the lead 3-2 and meets Edmonton tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central.
On to a little bit of baseball. Oh, back to NHL. The New York Rangers put on a hell of a game last night to finally put Carolina away. The Hurricanes led 3-1 in the third period. Chris Crater single-handedly erased Crater. Okay, single-handedly erased 2 goals. Defect slamming one in off one of the posts, bringing the Rangers within 1 point. Trying to tip it in or tip it off. A shot from Panarin and Panarin. I thought I was gonna say Panera at first, and taking the lead from beautifully executed hat trick, which the assist from Lindinger Goodrow hit the final goal on an empty net with an assist from Miller with 50 seconds left to advance to the Eastern Finals. The Rangers now have their eyes on the Panthers and Bruins as Florida leads 3-2, looking to advance to the East Finals after Boston barely staved off elimination in Game 5 Tuesday. The Bruins and the Panthers go head to head tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central.
Panthers and Bruins?
Yeah, the Panthers and Bruins will go head to head tomorrow. That will determine who goes on to face the New York Rangers.
Wow. They play today, I think. I don't know. Maybe. They could play today.
Is it today?
Well, you know, it's hockey, so who cares? I'm just playing. I like... Hey, anything that has to do with Rangers, you know, you got to go into it, man.
Oh, God.
So I'll go for the Rangers because it says Rangers on there, you know.
Because it says Rangers on there. Oh, God.
Boston Bruins is a really good team, man.
Yeah, I've heard good things about them. But you know what? It's Boston, so, you know.
Boston.
All they have is their, like, Zenith televisions, and they look at NHL on there.
They got 6 championship rings.
We do have some UFC action this weekend.
Oh, hell yeah. So, it's going to be a pretty good main event coming up. Speaking of brawling and NHL, we're going to do brawling UFC for a little bit. Got Edson Barbosa making his... I forget. He's been in so many main events already. But he is going to be taking on up-and-comer fight night. Starts at 6 tomorrow against Leroy Murphy. He is undefeated, 13-0. But I think Barbosa is just going to be too good for him, too veteran, too much experience. Going to mix it up. Just probably take his head off, if anything. So I got Barbosa winning that matchup. But there are some more interesting things going on in the UFC involving Derek Lewis. Something about him, right? What's going on with that guy?
Yeah, so Derek Lewis may appear in WWE soon. Of course, since the merger, there has been speculation across, like, there would be cross promotion. Then we saw Michael Chandler on Raw calling out Conor McGregor. Now, ahead of his fight tomorrow in UFC's Fight Night, Lewis spoke to the media about a possible WWE crossover, to which he replied, "Oh yeah," or quote, "Oh yeah, we've actually been in talks right now. We've been talking for a few months now. I was supposed to go down there in February and check everything out," end quote. Lewis did add at the end there that his finisher move could be the stink face, as he likes to take off his shorts after he wins.
He would say that.
That's hilarious.
That was funny, man.
I was reading that he wanted to be like Goldust. He wanted to dress up like Goldust and be a freak. That's what he was saying. He wants to be a freak in the wrestling game. So I'm thinking he's gonna be like a mixture of.
I love that.
A mixture of like Goldust and Big Viscera put together.
Big Daddy
Oh
Lee.
God!
And you'll get you get Derek Lewis out of that. That'd be entertaining as hell, though. I definitely tune in for that. Yeah.
So moving forward to some more wrestling news. The CW has confirmed that WWE NXT will stay on Tuesdays as they revealed their 7-night primetime schedule for the 2024 and 2025 years. CW Sports will take over Saturdays as well with the NASCAR Xfinity Series and hosting some college football with the likes of the ACC and the Pac-12.
There's a video game coming out.
Oh, I know. I want to play it. It looks good. It looks good. Who was on the cover again? I know it was Texas, Colorado, and
I don't know. I just know it was Colorado, and I'm not sure who else. But hey, I'll get it. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. We'll see what happens with that game. Hopefully, it's not just a Madden clone, is what I'm worried about.
Yeah, hopefully not. Because those NCAA games were like, they're totally different than the Madden games back in the day.
Back in the day.
It sounded old as hell.
Back in the
That sounds like old WWE right there.
Damn.
Let's cut that.
Let's cut that.
So with NXT going to the CW, SmackDown is moving to the USA Network, and the huge deal that's bringing Raw to Netflix. The company has made sure to lock down several of their stars, including Rollins, Zayn, McIntyre, and Priest, but has yet to re-sign women's champion Becky Lynch, whose contract expires in June. On top of that, longtime WWE star Natalya is set to be a free agent in a couple of weeks, according to Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp.
Couple of weeks.
Boo, Becky, boo.
Oh, come on.
Boo, Becky, boo.
Don't you ever disrespect the man.
He's all elite.
So, I mean, I'm guessing they're just waiting these people out. I don't see Natalya going anywhere.
Yeah, me neither. She's a vet.
Yeah, but if she did go to AEW, they could really benefit.
Yeah.
She could really teach those I wanted to say kids over there, but it sounds bad. That talent over there a thing or two.
He's just being nice. Okay.
Natalya, yeah, she good. She could teach me something, but we'll go.
So, moving forward, former Wyatt family member Eric Rowan has been spotted at the WWE Performance Center and is speculated to be part of the Wyatt Six alongside Taylor Rotunda. Raw's QR code led several to cryptic photos, but the biggest clue lied within the last photo's metadata, which contained a series of Roman numerals that translated to the dates January 17th, 1984, the birthday of Dexter Lumis; April 21st, 1989, Nikki Cross's birthday; August 8th, 1987, the birthday of Joe Gacy; and last, there was November 22nd, 1981, 6 days, I guess, before Eric Rowan's birthday. It seems somebody might have made a mistake there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
So, those are speculated to be the Wyatt Six. Makes you wonder who's going to be the sixth, because there's still not a sixth person there. But going forward to the King of the Ring, as the quarterfinals kicked off on Raw with Gunther defeating Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso defeating Ilya Dragunov. Gunther and Jey will meet in the semifinals at Raw. Randy Orton will take on Carmelo Hayes tonight on SmackDown, and LA Knight will have at it with Tama Tonga tonight as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloodline stuff that never happened right now. Nothing else matters. No, that's what I'm talking about.
So, who do y'all prefer to win this King of the Ring?
I mean, it's the obvious answer. It's Gunther.
Yeah.
I mean, who else?
I don't see anybody
Jey
else
Uso?
winning it.
Either Jay or Gunther. One of the two.
Jay is hot right now, but I don't know if you should do that to Gunther.
Well, I feel
It's
like,
gonna have to come down to like somebody coming out in that case, but I don't know who would.
or if LA loses to Tamatonga and then they set up Jay versus Tamatonga later on down the road. You know what I'm saying?
I
No,
mean,
I'm
yeah,
saying-
they could.
No, I'm saying.
So the Queen of the Ring quarterfinals kicked off on Raw as well, with Io Sky defeating Shayna Baszler and Lyra Valkyria defeating Zoe Stark. Io Sky and Lyra will take on each other on Raw in the semifinals. And Jade Cargill will take on Nia Jax tonight on SmackDown, with Bianca Belair facing Tiffany Stratton.
Ooh.
Those are gonna be two good matches for sure.
Ooh. Stratton's gonna win it. Stratton's winning everything.
You think
Yeah,
so?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think they're gonna end up giving it to Jade, to be honest with you.
They're
You
gonna have
think,
Jade versus Belair in the finals, or what?
Oh, dude,
That'd be
that
awesome.
yeah, they should
Nah,
do
That's
that.
probably what's gonna
That,
happen.
that would be pretty good.
Yeah, damn, I didn't even think of that. Look at you. Hey, give
Kudos.
yourself a round of
Hey,
applause.
women's Queen of the Ring. It looks so good without Becky. So it's all everything's skyrocketing. It's skyrocketing now.
So the King of the Ring, or King and Queen of the Ring card, of course the King of the Ring finals is yet to be determined, and the Queen of the Ring finals is also yet to be determined. But we will see Becky Lynch take on Liv Morgan, defending her women's world championship.
Do we really want to see that though?
I mean,
Like-
I just don't want to see Liv Morgan in the ring at all.
Liv
But
Morgan-
that's just me.
They're gonna keep it going. I'm telling you, they're gonna keep it going until Rhea Ripley returns, and they're gonna have a three-way or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, whoa! Don't be.
Oh my
don't be
god.
saying that kind of
This
stuff,
guy.
Ryan.
And then up
I'm
next,
I'm all for that.
we got champion versus champion.
Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul.
You-
No championship is on the line, unfortunately. I don't get that.
That would be cool.
It's just a filler match.
Double
That's-
champ.
Yeah. Do you think it's just gonna end in some like chaos to where
Yeah,
like
some
everybody comes
controversy.
out to the ring? Is that
I
how
don't
it's gonna
know.
go down?
Yeah,
Oh,
KSI,
or-
High Show Speed.
Oh yeah, that could happen.
His brother. Who
I
else
mean,
has he got?
Nah, I mean post Cody Rhodes, post Bloodline Cody Rhodes, he's been boring as hell. So like, I mean, it's probably gonna just be some simple finish or just something that's dumb like after that.
And I'm not
might
gonna
surprise
allow
us.
no
You might
slander
surprise
on my boy Cody Rhodes' name. I'm a
Put
proud
some respect on it.
I'm a proud Cody crybaby. All right.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
is. Look at him. Look at those eyes. They're already
Right.
watering.
Oh damn, hey, my bad, dude.
It's all
My
right.
bad, dude.
We will also
Yeah.
see Sami Zayn defend his Intercontinental Championship against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. I'm thinking this is just a way to get Chad Gable to go over on Sami Zayn.
Man, I'm digging this Chad Gable Hill. It reminds me
Mike
of,
has been begging for it since the beginning.
yeah, it reminds
Gotta
me of
gotta go. Yeah.
giving me mad Kurt Angle wrestling machine vibes.
It's
Yeah.
Perk Gable. That's what we need right now.
That's hilarious.
I would
You're
like
gonna
to
save
see
wrestling.
Gable go over, man.
Me
I would
too.
love to see Gable go over,
Me
but I don't
too.
see it happening. They're probably going to keep it on Sami Zayn somehow with him coming
For
in
real.
after
That's how
Bronson
you got-
Reed hits something.
Oh, and then Damian Priest.
Yeah, so Damian Priest is not cleared right now. He told Drew McIntyre on Raw that he'll give Drew a match as soon as Priest is cleared. So he will not be on King and Queen of the Ring PLE in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. That match is instead rumored to take place at Clash at the Castle June 15th.
We all know how that's gonna end.
What, that with McIntyre? You think McIntyre's going to go over and then Punk's going to come after the title? Is that what you're insinuating?
Nah, I think
Oh.
Punk's gonna cost him the title again And then he's going to realize that I can't win this belt until I get rid of Punk. And take Punk out and then get the belt back.
But of course, that one is taking place in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, so that will be like at noon. Another thing taking place in... Oh, where did Mike go? Oh, okay. Well, anyways, another thing taking place this week in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Well, or not Jeddah. I don't know if it's Jeddah, but it will be taking place in Saudi Arabia. Fury and Usyk will fight. And Fury's been having quite a bit of fun with this one. Even his dad with a headbutt that he gave to one of Usyk's team members.
Oh, wow. It's always something. I think one of the last boxing fights, too, there were some British guys, British dad getting mad and so I knock you out, getting all up in people's face. I mean, I guess it's just like
the dads always do it. It seems to be
it's
like even Haney's dad gets into everything.
Yeah, it's not even the fighters; it's the fathers. You know what I'm saying?
So be sure to check that one out this Saturday. Oh, here we go. Here's Mike, and it was your turn, Mike, to go ahead and bring in the Fury and Usyk. Are you ready? There he is. There he is.
Hello?
There we go. You're back. So we were on the topic of Fury and Usyk. Let Mike chime in now since he lost connection? Question mark?
Yo.
Oh, he's using his phone now. Can you not hear us? That's what it seems like. Let's see. Pat.
Well, on to...
No, just keep it going.
Well, while we have finish those technical difficulties, boxing, Fury, Usyk, Jeddah, things are gonna get big over there. It's the PLE, correct? That's what it is. That's what they're doing over there, or this is a regular old boxing?
This is just a boxing match.
I'm talking PFL. Sorry.
No, not PFL.
Okay. Well, that's boxing as well.
I guess we lost Mike. We tried to get him to get his chime in on that one. He wasn't able to. I don't think he heard us. So we had some technical difficulties here. So we'll just go ahead and move forward with some video game news as PS2 games are finally making their way to the PS5 after 2 years of just PS1 and PSP games. We're getting the PS2 title, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Initially, PlayStation would opt to give us the PSP version of PS2 titles, but Star Wars Clone Wars was only on PS2 and Xbox. Sony has been working with the PS2 emulator for some time now. They experimented with the concept on the PS4, releasing about 50 PS2 titles, but quickly nixing the project. When trying to play those titles on a PS5 through backwards compatibility, there are multiple issues. Sony moved on from that program and moved to implicit conversions, which the co-founder was one of the former team members in the PCSX2 emulation team, and part of the original PS2 team on Sony as well. So lots of things to be excited about on the PS5, the emulation front at least, and we could see more PS2 re-releases coming soon, possibly. And along with that, we got the Batman game that is set in the Arkhamverse coming out. It is going to be a VR game and currently advertised for the Meta Quest. Unlike Batman Arkham VR and Arkham, this one is called Arkham Shadows and is not being developed by Rocksteady, but instead by the team who created the Iron Man VR game. There is just one small tease so far, with the world premiere taking place at the Summer Game Fest on June 7th. The release window is set for late 2024 only on the Meta Quest 3.
I'm super excited for the PS2 emulation because PS2 is the greatest console of all time. A bunch of games, man.
Can you hear us, Mike?
I can't even imagine.
I can't hear you. Let's see.
What about now?
There we go.
Hello?
There we go.
Can you
We got
hear
you back.
us?
Man,
Here
Becky
it
got
is.
mad. She booted me out, dude. Damn, dude. I don't know what
The
happened.
man's name.
Damn,
Yeah,
I am
it's
back
crazy
though.
to see that this one's only coming out on the Meta Quest. I would assume that it will get a later port to PCs and possibly the PS5, which I hope it does. Since the first Arkham VR game was PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, that was awesome. I got to play that here
Yeah.
with Chris.
You were Batman for
I
real.
was Batman for real. That was my reaction. It was cool. I had the batarangs, I had utility belt. I was flying. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
But we have been talking about this one game, and before Mike gets into the Summer Game Fest, we'll bring it up. It's that Undisputed. It has gotten a release window. Mike, tell us about that. And since you weren't able to give your thoughts on Fury and Usyk, go on ahead with that too before you hit that Game Fest.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, Undisputed, first boxing game that's come out in a long time. Fight Night Champion was the last boxing game that came out back in like 2011, and it's still being played to this day. I still play it actually. So the online game Undisputed, new box game finally came out. Was out for the Steam for a little bit, and now they're coming to Xbox Series X and PS5 in October 11th. What I like about this is that they finally have updated boxers, nowadays boxers that you can play with. You can finally beat Canelo with Benavidez. So it's all everything. Everything is just good. Like you got Ryan Garcia on there. You got Isaac Cruz on there. You have all these upcoming boxers. Loma. You have everyone on this new roster, and I just hope that it's got this better mechanics, if not the same mechanics Fight Night has, because Fight Night was way ahead of its time. I didn't play the beta, but I heard good things about it, and they're saying that this is a brand new game that's going to be imported, so it's even been updated even more. Bugs been fixed, mechanics been polished. It's something that I should look forward to in the fall, maybe, if I hear good reviews about it.
Unity at that too, because that, like you said, there hasn't been a boxing game since Fight Night Champion, and Undisputed made its way onto Steam in the development process. They've been working on it constantly, taking notes from people. We will be probably ordering that before it hits consoles, so we could try it out before you, the consumer, buys it and ends up not liking it, or maybe we'll just give you a little bit of insight on how the game works. Our thoughts on it, how we feel about it.
Well, I was just gonna say, y'all definitely tune in to when we do play those games, because I'll be handing out L's to Chris and Mike. Expeditiously handing out L's to Chris and Mike.
Hey, so anyway, I was like,
they hate it.
As far as the Fury Usyk matchup, I'll give a little bit of my 2 cents on that. Looks like Fury is going a whole different direction when it comes to fighting this guy. He's actually getting in shape and losing weight, which is nothing that you really see in Fury do. He usually likes to use his weight to bully his opponents. But this looks like he's trying to take a different approach against Usyk. I think he is actually taking him very serious. He could probably be actually a little bit fearful of the guy. I knew at the weigh-ins, Fury didn't even want to stare him down, and he turned away. This is going to be a good fight. It's going to be a chess match. I feel like Fury needs to probably use his range to get in and then get out. But Usyk is just a killer. He can touch you. You can go down. They're both undefeated for a reason. Should be fireworks. Should be good.
Definitely.
Look out, because this is way exciting than Canelo fight.
I heard a lot of people were disappointed in that fight, man. I keep hearing about it because it just recently happened. So
as we move forward with some more games, like we said, we will try that one out for all of you, and we will give our 2 cents on it. We'll live stream some of it once we get all the setup ready. We will get it probably here soon. I'll let y'all know. We'll post it and keep you updated. But Mike, why don't you go ahead and get into that Summerfest that's kicking off this E3 like weekend?
Oh yeah.
He froze.
Wow.
Oh man, you want me to go ahead and do it?
About what? What happened?
You froze.
Oh, I was talking this whole time.
Wow.
Oh damn. Yeah.
And you were saying,
Nah. Wait. Did I freeze again?
no, you're good. Can you hear
I'm
us?
good now.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, actually, you're frozen. I think. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like you're frozen. Anyway, June 7th, the Summer Game Fest kicks off this E3 like weekend. As a few days later, Ubisoft holds their announcements June 10th with Star Wars Outlaws and possibly more of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which didn't fare so well in the gaming community, being unhistorically accurate, as many people would say, which Assassin's Creed has always been.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Let's just move forward, and possibly we will see the showcase of a Splinter Cell remake.
Awesome.
Ubisoft is releasing its own battle royale game, or royale game, I guess you call it. It's called X Defiant. It releases May 21st. The game features 5 factions, all based on Ubisoft properties, 14 maps, 5 modes, and 24 weapons. This first-person shooter allows you to play as Ubisoft characters, including Sam Fisher of the Splinter Cell series and DedSec from Watch Dogs, plus more. But before Ubisoft, Xbox Games Showcase will be June 9th and will be followed by a direct from a redacted title, which leaked to be Call of Duty. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will take place during the Gulf War in the early 1990s, and according to multiple reports, we may also see the next Gears of War title.
That's awesome. Everybody loves some Gears of War and Xbox and all that, but going on to PlayStation, Horizon Zero Dawn is being pulled from PlayStation Plus Extra, which could signal the announcement of a remake for the PS5. This is possibly Sony's strategy to make more money on the franchise, as Netflix pulled up the property for a live-action series that could bring in new people like The Last of Us did. Sony did the same thing with the Spider-Man games, pulling it off this PS Plus service shortly before Spider-Man 2 campaign, leaving players with no choice but to buy it if they wanted to play the first one before tapping into the second. The PlayStation Showcase was in May of last year, leading us to believe it'll air at the same. It'll air at the end of this month as well. I'm hoping to see the showcase the new Tomb Raider from Crystal Dynamics, which is going to be awesome. Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics did work on that Avengers game, which nobody liked, but eventually people started getting into it as they put out fixes and everything.
Yeah.
So Crystal Dynamics does have a nice little base to work on there. I would love to see this new Tomb Raider be showcased. They're said to use the new Unreal Engine 5, so that's going to be a beautiful sight to see. As for PC gamers, we got some more good news as well.
Yeah, so for PC gamers, one of the best games of all time, God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC. So all you PC owners finally get to play that after, because I know 2018 is on PC, but now y'all get to go ahead and play both of those. Put your own spin on. So basically, I love this game a lot. The dynamic of the graphics, the story, and whatnot. I've just had so much fun playing. I played it about a million times. It feels, and I'm always telling Chris, giving him crap because he hasn't beat it yet.
Yeah, I still haven't beat it.
But there's
and I got it with my PS5.
Yeah, well, and then of course like the Valhalla DLC just recently came out like last year, November. It was free, which was big news. And then of course if you're really ingrained into the story, the DLC just gives you more like, I guess, nostalgia from playing God of War all those years.
Yeah, I need to get back into it, man. I really need to see how it ends. I kind of veered off with Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and then playing Spider-Man 2 when I got that.
It happened.
So I kind of veered off playing all these games, getting platinums, and then didn't come back to that just yet. I know every time I play it, I end up trying to use the Spider-Man dodge.
Oh yeah,
and I always get messed up.
I had that problem too because I was playing God of War Ragnarok and Ghost of Tsushima with Chris and Mike. So I would switch between games, and I'm like, "Why am I dying at this dodge?" And it wouldn't work. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a great game. I love the mechanics of it, and I don't think I've ever had any issues with it. I know it runs at 120 frames on my TV, so I would imagine it would come to PC with 120 frames as well. I would advise everybody to check it out. It's a really good game. You wouldn't be disappointed with it.
Not at all.
And another PlayStation exclusive hit PC yesterday, which is Ghost of Tsushima, which we played quite a bit for a while there.
Yeah, the story is great, but me and Chris mainly just played online. But yeah, even the story is like I said, it's good. Online is even better. Like, you get to play with your friends. It's kind of like a samurai version of like Firefight from like Halo. Like, it is hordes and hordes of like Onis or warriors. So it's really cool. All these different upgrades and power ups.
Yeah, I like the whole style of it. Like, whenever we would play, I was always the archer for a while there, but it was just me, you, and Mike, so we needed a third, and we would always end up matching with somebody. Sometimes Mike would get off, we would match with other people, and I would switch it up because it's best to have the Ronin to heal somebody, the archer to do its thing, the assassin to do it, and the samurai to do theirs. So it's a great game. It's very intricate. There's a lot of different styles, a lot of different combinations you could do with your weapon of choice, and you wouldn't be disappointed with that title as well. I could still go back and play it right now, and I've never even played through the dang story.
Yeah, which is you should, man. It's good. It's really good.
And with that being said, this will conclude the end of our session today. Unfortunately, we lost Mike quite a bit.
Yeah.
That he needs new internet. But thank you all for tuning in, listening, checking us out. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. I hope y'all have a beautiful weekend and stay safe out there.
You have a good one. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend, everybody.